Paul Morrow, thank you very much. I'll ask you to stand by here, but we want to bring in another one of our guests. This is the president of Delta Consulting, Bernard Zapor. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. I want to get your thoughts, your insights now as we're watching a very active scene unfold. This is a dangerous scene where we believe at this point in time, we haven't gotten any updates from authorities that the threat has been neutralized, that there are possibly more than one shooter there in these hills near Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Your thoughts on what's happening on the ground there now?
Well, it's personally a disturbing recollection. I was part of the counter-sniper team with LAPD during the Rodney King riots, where LA County Fire Department, LA City Fire Department were both taking sniper fire in the deployments to the fires during the riot. You know, secondly, this is a really difficult tactical problem, right? They have an evolving fire. It's a wildland fire. They have to do a lot of things to stop that, but obviously a person who's taking an advantage of a sniper position is complex unto itself. Being in a rural area adds a really difficult layer to it, and it's a big challenge for them. They're going to break this up into two key components: protecting the fire service as they deploy with tactical elements from law enforcement that have an awareness of where snipers would want to take a position. Of course, a sniper could be anybody who's shooting at them hidden, not necessarily somebody who's trained as a sniper. And then the other thing that's significant and interesting is the location itself. I mean, obviously, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho is the center of white nationalism in the United States. It doesn't mean this has anything to do with any of that, but our nation has had some experiences there that are unique. And I mean, just the thought that comes to mind is the trespass of fire service could trigger somebody that has a really extreme idea of what that means. And so all of that's in retrospect. Right now, they have to stop this person, whoever is shooting at fire service or whatever they're doing. Incredibly large tactical problem, but they will resolve it. And just to pray to the fire service who have lost their lives in this so far, for sure.
Yeah, a heartbreaking situation, but still an ongoing and dangerous situation. There's a lot of people that are rushing there to that scene to try to get this under control. We're talking about a perimeter that is expanding, and also suspects that, as of yet, as far as we know, have yet to be apprehended. What does this mean for the manhunt going forward?
Well, the first thing is your most valuable intelligence is going to be law enforcement and the community itself, because depending on the density of where this took place, meaning is it really rural, is it somewhat urban, that's going to really determine the amount of information they have, because they're going to know, say, in a particular area, you've got 5 landowners and there's 4 residences on this spread out area. Law enforcement is going to make contact at every one of those properties they got to make sure those people are safe and alive, but they also want to find out if their hostility is coming from any of those locations. So they have to eat this elephant one bite at a time. They're going to be doing it very quickly. The main thing is eliciting information from the community and local law enforcement to start zeroing in on the possibilities of this and just breaking it down. And that's unfolding. In terms of the fire suppression, obviously, if they're going to a new area and where this thing started, enough.
Bernard Zapor, I'm sorry to interrupt. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.